All right, I'll show you how I am wrapping these XOP sticks in these stealth strips here to kind of knock down some of the noise that you get off of these. So all we're doing here, I have to leave some room for these clips that XOP's built in. They don't slide very well on these stealth strips, so I'm cutting these down to leave about an inch space in here to fit those on there. So what I've done is I've come in here and I'm just kind of laying it out for where those should go, and then I've made me a line. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'll show you how I'm wrapping these. Don't tell my wife I'm using the kitchen scissors. What she doesn't know don't hurt her. Alrighty, so we'll throw that to the side for now. We'll need that in a little bit. And then we're going to bring this back over here. We'll do a little test fit, and we're basically just going to wrap this all the way around. Alright. So let's pull these off here. So the next thing I'm doing, you can see these lines on here. I'm sticking this down on about the second line in so that I don't have a seam right on an edge. All right, this way it'll wrap over and fold over each other. You don't have to worry about the water getting in so easy behind there and basically ruining the whole deal. So I'll just take some time here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it on there somewhere close. Try to get it straight. The straighter you get it, the straighter it'll roll as you kind of roll it on. So the first thing I do is push down here. Just give that a good little firm push, and then I'm gonna roll it backwards to get that seam down. And then we can just basically wrap all the way across. And then to finish it, I'm gonna ride this edge pretty hard just to make sure that's all pressed down real nice. And you'll see that seam comes right to the edge then, but it's overlapping, so no water can get back behind that and basically tear this big sticker off. Now we're gonna add our plastic piece on here. So you wanna make sure that the wings are going out from your hole. So we're just gonna bring this guy down here. And we'll set it on there, and now we can figure out how much of that we'll need left. You see we're a little bit long. All right, these come perfectly cut for the entire stick, but then you have to get rid of your attachment method, so you can't run two sticks together anymore. And I wasn't quite willing to give that up. So we gotta do some extra cut. Here's where things get interesting. Now that we got that little plastic piece on there, you can't really roll it like we were. So we're gonna have to come to the side. We'll be able to roll it this way. Now, same thing, make sure your lines are lined up here so that you don't accidentally screw this up. We're gonna go 2 from the bottom. And then same thing as before, we're gonna roll it back. And then we're going to bring it all the way around town. And you can come back on here and match that seam up. All right. Now the next thing we got to do is poke some holes so we get all our stuff back through. Now you don't really need to really go too crazy with these. You just need to give yourself a bit of a hole in there so you can get your bolts through. This little back piece for your bursa button, or whatever the XOP is calling this, that's a little bit bigger diameter, so it can only go in one way. All right, keep that in mind when you're wrapping these. I'm putting that fold on the back side, so it'll be up against the tree. I don't know what difference that'll make, but I didn't want it facing the front where your boots could potentially catch it as you're going up the tree. So I just made sure that I face that to the back when I'm doing all these, and it does matter because this can only go in on one side. To get it the rest of the way in there. Now you can see there's not much of a hole there, right? But it's going to be just enough to let us get that bolt through. And then you're just going to come in and tighten it all up. And you want to be careful not to over tighten these, because you will pinch this aluminum tubing, and that's gonna start to affect the structural integrity of it. So you just want to get snugged up. You just want it on there as a post. It doesn't need to be drilled home. No impact wrench needed here. All right, now we're gonna add our feet on and we'll be all done. So now we know that the button is closer to one side than it is the other. So this is the top, which means our steps need to be facing upwards in that direction. All right, so we're gonna take that, take our bolt, and we're gonna work that right into our little hole here. And this is the fun part. So you can see it's gonna push up on our tape a little bit. And we're just basically holding both sides so that it doesn't peel off, and forcing that sucker right through. And then we'll come on the back side and we'll just get this started here. And then you can turn it on a good bit. And then once you start to get close, it's going to start to grip that tape. So that's when you got to bust out the tools. Tighten that down. You can see how it's going to pinch that and kind of hold it all together. And then just one more time. And that's all she wrote.